To tell you good news here on the channel, and I find some of the good news fascinating, as I'm sure you do. Also wanted to thank you first and foremost for your very kind comments about the Angela Lansbury tribute. I mean, yeah, it's strange, isn't it? You look back at situations like that and you think, wow, I really did get to meet a wonderful lady like her. She was so kind, so generous. But you know what was interesting was you forgot that she'd literally worked with so many people, as I say, from Judy Garland, Hedy Lamarr, Clark Gable, all the big names, right through to Elvis Presley, and then the Disney films, you know, and then of course our generation, we're all young, aren't we? Of course you were all young. We remember the brilliant Murder, She Wrote. I love the episodes, by the way. I don't know what they're called, but they are online, that she filmed in London, particularly at the Garrick Theatre, all about a murder behind the scenes. Brilliant, and you could sense that she was in a true element at that point. Because ever though, to your breaking entertainment story today, this is really good news, in fact, because if you're like me, you love anything nostalgia, looking back at the stars when they truly were stars, you know what I'm saying? Really big names. Well, we can tell you that over 90 lost recordings of that brilliant BBC programme, Desert Island Discs, which started way back in the 40s with the very, very talented Ray Plumley. Well, basically, you know, they found, as I say, 90 recordings dating back so many years. I suppose the standout ones would be Bing Crosby from 1975, in which he basically requests like a dictionary and a pen so that he could, you know, keep himself occupied. But there are other ones too, like the brilliant comedian Bob Monkhouse, Tallulah Bankhead. There are elements of these programs online, but not the full complete episodes. I think what's interesting here is when you look back to our age group, you know, we were always told off, weren't we, recording from the radio. Do you remember? You could be threatened if you were recording the charts on your cassette recorder. Oh, you do remember, don't you? And you're not allowed to do it, you know, but now, how thankful are the BBC that so many people surreptitiously did record so many programs, and now they're reaching out via all sorts of societies and stuff like that. I guess, you know, if you are a fan of nostalgia, Desert Island Disc gives a real insight into what the person was like, particularly, you know, when you think of the likes of Hollywood legend Jimmy Stewart. And in its heyday, you know, it's still going today, but we don't have the level of people. But in its heyday, they truly did have some amazing guests. Here's what I found fascinating, because when they had Tallulah Bankhead as a guest, she turned up at Broadcasting House directly from her suite at the Savoy Hotel in London. And apparently she had this full fur coat on. And Mr. Plumley basically, you know, took her through to the studio and said, oh, you know, you're warm, would you like to remove your coat? And she said, darling, I have nothing else on underneath. I can't remove it unless you want me to sit here in the nude. Apparently this left him shocked, but more importantly, he did find it rather amusing, because apparently also she took quite a few sleeping pills to get to sleep every night and couldn't be bothered to wake up and get dressed. So she literally just threw on an old fur coat, did that, then went back to the Savoy and went to bed. That's true Hollywood legend, isn't it? They hope to put them online within the next couple of months, as I say. When I get more detail, you will. But for now, as I say, if you are a fan of nostalgia, keep an eye on the BBC pages, simply because, you know, truly this is a wonderful find. And there are so many great people, over 90 of them, that we can all relive, re-enjoy once again. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.